This class is all about loosening up through the upper body. Focus on releasing tension and creating some relief through the shoulders and chest. You may need some pillows to make yourself nice and comfortable. Most of the class will be done in a seated position, so creating some height for underneath the hips is a good idea just to get nice and comfortable in a seated position for a longer period of time. You can sit cross-legged, or if you like, you might like to have the legs extended if that feels more comfortable, or you can always have the soles of the feet together and create more of a diamond shape with the legs. This just creates a bit of tilt for the pelvis, so pelvis will tilt forward and you might find it easier to sit up nice and tall. So choosing a comfortable seated position for yourself. And then from here, just rolling out the shoulders. So let's go one at a time for now, rolling the shoulders up to your ear and back behind the body. And then we'll do both shoulders at the same time together. Maybe starting to incorporate some breath work as you begin to move, breathing in to lift and breathing out to drop. And we'll roll the shoulders forward, reversing that action. And then taking a nice big breath in, shrug the shoulders, and exhale, let them drop and release. We'll do that one more time. Good. And then from here, we'll start to move in a circular motion. So really grounding through your sit bones here. See if you can keep the legs really heavy as you begin to move the body forward. Perhaps opening up through the chest a little, and then rocking the body back, rounding and doming through the spine. So this sort of circular snake-like action. Thinking of moving through the rib cage, creating some space there in the front of the body as you move forward, a gentle stretch through the rib cage as you come back, and we'll reverse that action too, moving the other way. So we'll be moving the spine in all different directions in this class. There's really great video to do if you've been seated for a long time, or you're finding that the neck and shoulders are really stiff and sore from being at the computer or the TV or gaming. And we'll find a steady center position here. Take a big breath in, roll the shoulders back, lift the chin, open up through the heart space and chest. And then as you exhale, gently start to round and dome through the spine, tucking the pelvis in and thinking of your belly button drawing back towards the spine. Inhaling here to open through the front, and exhaling to open through the back. So nice big movements with the shoulders rolling back, and then shoulders rolling forward. So some nice spinal flexion and extension movements. Creating lots of mobility. We'll open up one more time, big breath in, broaden and open, exhale, round and curve. Then coming to a steady seated position, place one hand on the floor, taking a big breath in here, reaching all the way across to the side. Again, we want to keep the hips or the sit bones nice and grounded. Good, reaching right over to the other side, creating lots of space between the hip and your ribs. Stretching out all the intercostal muscles between the ribs, working right up the shoulder into the arm, feeling that right to your fingertips nice and active. Good. And then from here, that top arm is going to sweep forward as we work across to the other side. Good. If you'd like to incorporate breath, it's a breath in to move forward and an exhale to stretch. We'll move a little faster now. Inhale to sweep across and exhale to hold. Now with this sweeping action, we're also opening up through the lower back. So there's a slight forward bend. And if that's too much for you, you can always stay seated nice and tall and just work by lifting and moving from side to side. And we'll reach to the side one more time. And then coming back to center, rolling the shoulders back. Good. Let's open up through the front of the shoulders and chest a little. So we'll bring the palms to touch. If the elbows connect, that's great. If your shoulders are a little bit tight like me, you might find that there's some space there. But from here, we'll take a breath in and open almost into a sort of cactus shape or right angle with the arms. And then exhale to close. Now stay sitting up nice and tall as we open and close. And we're trying to get the arms just a little beyond the body as we open. So feeling a gentle stretch through the front of the shoulders and chest. So often if we're seated for a long time, it starts to affect our posture. Shoulders will start to roll forward, neck tension begins to increase a little. These movements are really great for warming up. So strengthening with gentle movement as well as stretching and releasing that tension. We'll do that one more time. Good. And let's hold in that position for a few moments. If you like, you can extend the arms for a deeper stretch. Maybe the fingers start to curl back beyond the body. Active, stretch out through the palms and fingers, and you'll feel that stretch now along the inner seam of the arm, so through the biceps all the way down to your forearms and palms, and then release and relax. Closing the hands, and then just circling through the wrists here, and we'll reverse that and go the other way. And then opening up the hands and doing the same thing, so waving the fingers and hands. And again, we're just opening up through the forearms and also the wrists here. We'll close the hands nice and tight and stretch them out nice and wide. And again, closing and stretching, closing and stretching. Give them a good shake out. Beautiful. From here, we'll start to move into a gentle twist. So we'll bring the right hand over to the left knee. Left hand behind the body, just behind the lower back. And you might be on the pillow here or a little further away. And then we'll take a nice big breath in to sit up nice and tall, lengthening through the spine. As you exhale, gently twisting across, looking over your back shoulder. Trying to just allow the shoulders to relax away from your ears. Often we tend to hold our breath in twists, so we're focusing our breath into spacey parts of the body, the belly. Not straining too much through the neck, just a gentle look over the opposite shoulder. Good, we'll look forward. And then releasing the arms, coming straight onto the other side. Left hand to right knee here. Right hand behind the body, almost like a kickstand to assist with that lengthening of the upper body. And then when you're ready, looking over the back shoulder. Good, looking forward and then releasing the arms. Give the body a bit of a wiggle out, and then we'll start to move into some neck stretches. So from here, keeping that nice tall position, seated position, we'll just allow the shoulders to relax and drop, almost like you're holding weights in your hands. And then from here, fingertips on the floor, just going to drop the ear to the right. So right ear towards the right shoulder. Keeping the shoulders fairly level here, you'll start to feel a stretch through the side of the neck leading into the shoulder. And jaw is relaxed. If you'd like a deeper stretch, right hand can come up to rest on the side of the head. And that right arm is heavy, and we use that as a weight to deepen the stretch without pushing or pulling. If you'd like to deepen the stretch a little more, our left fingertips can start to crawl across the mat, reaching away. Might like to close down the eyes and just taking some nice deep breaths into the side of the neck. From here, really slowly start to bring the chin down towards the chest. So eyes now looking down towards the floor. And you'll feel this stretch still in the neck, but more moving across the back of the neck into the shoulder. It's like different variation. Good. We'll slowly tilt the head forward, looking forward. Release the arm and then slowly bring the head back to center. And before doing anything, just some small, really small, maybe 30% of your range movements, nodding the head left to right and up and down. So just allowing that stretch to settle first before making any really big movements or moving on to the other side. And once you feel it has settled through the side of the neck, you can move on to the other side. So we'll reset, shoulders nice and relaxed, level, left ear towards the left shoulder. Holding there if you like. If you would like a bit more to deepen the stretch, left hand rests on top of the head. And then the right fingertips start to reach away. So think of the left side being really sort of heavy and relaxed, but the right side is opening and reaching. Some activity there on the right side. Again, sending your breath to the places where you feel the stretch. Good. And then slowly tilting the chin more down towards underarm. So eye gaze will now look down to the floor instead of forward. Moving into the back side of the neck. Remember to keep the breath nice and steady. Easy flowing breaths. Good. And then tilting the head forward again, slowly releasing the stretch, so really mindfully coming out of that neck stretch. And then again, just creating some gentle movements. Yes and no. No and yes. And once you feel that the stretch has settled, might give the shoulders one more shrug. Inhale to lift and exhale to drop. Neck, back of the neck is what we'll focus on next. So sitting up nice and tall, and then simply just allowing the chin to drop down towards the chest. So if you're really tight, you'll feel this stretch between the shoulder blades working up into the neck. Trying not to sort of curl forward here, rather just making the movement sort of happen from your cervical spine, the top. Good. And then from here, we'll slowly lift the gaze, lift the chin, looking up to the sky. Close your mouth and smile. So getting a good stretch through the front of the throat. And then bringing the gaze forward and down to the floor, chin to chest, let the head drop heavy, back of neck stretch. And again, looking up to the sky, closing the mouth, smile. And we'll do that one more time, dropping the head down, chin to chest, feeling around the shoulder blades open, back of the neck open. And then mindful movement to shift the gaze to the sky. Close the mouth and big smile here, stretching out through the throat. Beautiful. We'll come back to center and we'll finish off this class with a bit of self-massage here, so making sure you got nice clean hands. And then we'll start with some tapping around the crown of the head. And then work down to your forehead, the eyebrow center, across the brow line, down into your cheekbones, and then really sort of getting into that space where the nose and the cheeks meet, so sinus areas, pressure points around the face. And then work back across the cheekbones, down along the jawline. And using the heel of your palm, you're going to find the connection point of the jaw, so the mandible connection point, and sort of dig the heel of your palm into the jawline and begin to drag down the jaw to your chin. So often we tend to clench or grit the teeth, and this is a really great way to release tension there, especially if you tend to do that while you sleep. So pressure and pull, and we'll do that one more time. Pressure and pull away. One more big shoulder shrug because it feels good. And exhale, let it all go. Thanks for joining me, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that sequence. You can do that at home, anytime, anywhere, on the floor, or if you like, you can even do it seated on a chair or at a desk. Thanks.